Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. It's so wonderful to have all of you here this evening. And so, as we get closer to the Thanksgiving holiday, I thought it would be nice to explore the concept of savoring. So, by taking the time to appreciate and savor even the small and simple moments in our lives is such a powerful way to enhance our well being. Savoring really involves noticing and appreciating the positive aspects of our life. It's about being present with these moments, really allowing these moments to linger just a little bit and then letting them go. It's about bringing an awareness to the pleasure these moments evoke. And it's really about being aware of the goodness that is happening as it is happening. So being present with the unfolding as it's unfolding. Often, when we embrace the world and we meet the world with a loving and connected presence, we begin to notice the precious moments in our lives. And oftentimes, we find these precious moments in the simple and ordinary moments, having a lovely conversation or listening to our child laugh. And taking the time to savor these positive experiences, to really appreciate them and let them linger, can really greatly increase our happiness. So, when we savor something, it may evoke feelings of gratitude. When we savor experiences or moments in our life, we may begin to recognize what it is in our life that we're really grateful for. Typically, the way our minds work is we tend to focus on the negative or what's wrong in our life rather than what's good or what's right. Quick example, maybe we have a review at work and we receive mostly positive feedback, but we get one negative remark. We receive one negative comment, and that might be the one that sticks out in our mind. Rather than focusing on all of the wonderful things that were said, all we can think about is that one negative comment. And this concept has a name. It's known as the negativity bias. A psychologist by the name of Rick Hansen says, the brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for the good ones. So oftentimes the positive experiences easily slip away while the negative ones tend to be a little bit more sticky. The negativity bias is around. It did have an evolutionary function at one point, although it no longer serves us in the same way. So it's really important that we intentionally recognize the positive moments and positive experiences in our life and really take the time to appreciate them, to be with them, to savor them. So, by acknowledging the positive moments, we can really savor them fully and really enjoy them. Savoring these moments and having gratitude for these moments can have tremendous benefits for us. There's been research that has been done by a woman named Barbara Fredrickson, and it has shown that by noticing our positive emotions and being with our positive emotions, it allows us to broaden our attention. So we're able to see the world with a greater perspective. We're able to notice more possibilities. We're able to recognize more opportunities. And so it's a really wonderful thing. And so tonight we're going to practice some savoring. And as we do, I just invite you to give yourself permission to relish in the feelings of positivity that arise. So, not clinging to them, just noticing them, letting them be there, maybe lingering with them for just a moment. I'd like to read this quote before we move into the formal practice. I think it's very powerful and very beautiful. And the quote is, I've always believed in savoring the moments. In the end, they are the only things we'll have. I'm going to read that one more time. I just think it's so powerful. I've always believed in savoring the moments. In the end, they are the only things we'll have. And so, with that, I invite you to allow the eyes to close or soften the gaze. And just begin to settle into your seat. Maybe noticing the feet making contact with the floor. Maybe noticing the sits bones resting on the seat beneath you. If it feels right, perhaps finding a little extra length in the spine reaching through the crown of the head. Maybe inviting a softening of the forehead, a slackening of the jaw. Making any other movements that you might need as you settle into this meditative posture, into your meditative seat for this evening. And as you sit in this seat, perhaps you become aware of the fact that the body is breathing, and just gently rest the awareness on the breath, noticing one breath in and one breath out. And then there's another breath in and another breath out. And just doing the best that you can to stay with the breath in this way. Just riding the waves of the breath cycle. Staying with the rise and the fall of the breath. Following each inhalation and each exhalation. Just following each breath all the way to the end. And if the mind has wandered away, which at some point it will, just come back to the breath once again. Remembering that we can always begin again. And following each inhalation, just doing the best that you can to stay with each inhalation. And now following each exhalation, staying with each exhalation as best you can. Maybe noticing how each exhalation naturally segues into the next breath cycle. And I invite you now to call to mind a joyful experience from this week, whether it was eating a delicious meal, having a meaningful conversation, watching the smile on a child's face, just choosing something that was joyful or pleasant for you this week, and holding this experience in the mind's eye, remembering there's no moment too small or too simple to appreciate. And so, taking a moment now to select this particular experience. And I invite you now to recall the details of this particular experience. Just replay this experience in your mind. Where were you? What were you doing? What was said? Just recounting as many details as you can. Reliving the experience in the mind. And as you continue to replay this experience in the mind, perhaps you notice emotions arising, perhaps positive feelings or emotions. And so taking some time to notice these emotions or feelings of positivity and then labeling them: joy, contentment, peace, happiness. And perhaps there's one particular emotion arising, or perhaps many. Just taking some time now to notice and label the positive emotions that arise. What emotions are bubbling up to the surface? Maybe one emotion is stronger and the others are set back in the background. Just noticing what emotions are here. And now noticing if there are any physical sensations tied to these particular emotions. So maybe noticing a warmth in the chest, a tingling in the fingertips, and ease in the shoulders. Just noticing if there are any physical sensations tied to these emotions. Where can these positive feelings and emotions be felt in the body in this moment? So, taking some time now to explore this in your own body. And perhaps just taking a moment to delight in, to really relish in this overall sense of positive feelings, delightful physical sensations. Maybe just lingering with them, just lingering a little bit with this experience, just being with it fully because it's already here. And then letting this go and coming back to the breath once again. Coming back to following the natural breath cycle in the body. Following each breath all the way to the end. And as you continue to follow the breath in this way, perhaps savoring the experience of breathing, perhaps delighting in the breath, just exploring and seeing if this is a possibility. Maybe recognizing the soothing internal rocking motion of the breath, that internal rocking that occurs with each inhalation and each exhalation. Maybe noticing the cool air as you inhale and the warm air as you exhale. And now observing the qualities and characteristics of the breath. Noticing, is it a long breath, a short breath, a full breath, or shallow breath? No need to change the breath, just noticing how the breath is in this particular moment. Bringing a kind, curious awareness to the breath. How is the breath in the body right now? Just staying with that steady companion, the breath. And I'm going to offer a few minutes of silence now. And the invitation, if it feels right, is to just savor the experience of breathing. Just savor the experience of breathing. Seeing if it's possible to delight in the pleasantness of the breath. Maybe taking time to really appreciate the breath in the body, the breath that keeps us alive. And if the mind wanders away in thought, which it will at some point, just coming back to the breath once again. That's the beauty of this practice. Each moment we can begin again. And in a moment, I'm going to ring the bell. And as I do, perhaps see if it's possible to really savor the sound as it comes into your field of awareness. Savoring. Night falls. The air turns cool. The time between fall and winter, day and night, dark and light, now and tomorrow. Your eyes take in the color old enough to understand the importance of savoring. And if your eyes have been closed, I invite you to open them. And I do have an invitation for you this week. Thanksgiving will be coming up next week. And so, this weekly invitation is to try savoring the best moment of your day. So, maybe when you get into bed at night, you just take a moment to lay there and to hold in your mind's eye the best moment of your day. And, maybe just savoring a little bit, lingering with what that experience was like and how did it make you feel. And doing this for 30 days, research has shown, will prompt you to begin looking for these moments during the day. So all of a sudden, we'll find ourselves just start thinking, oh, that was such a beautiful moment. I really had the ability to be with that moment and just linger with it a little bit. And then this prompts a greater awareness for moments to appreciate. And then this loop becomes a habitual. It creates a really positive habitual loop in our life. So I wish you many moments to choose from this Thanksgiving holiday. Maybe it's savoring the experience of eating the delicious food on your plate, or just enjoying those special moments speaking with loved ones, maybe having a meaningful conversation over a cup of coffee or a piece of pie. Um, and so I just want to say, I wish you many moments of joy that you're able to savor this holiday. So I have a quote that I would like to end with. Savor the moments that make your heart glow. So this holiday, I hope you can savor the moments that make your heart glow. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for participating this evening. It was such a pleasure having you all here. And I hope to see you soon. Be well, take care, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye bye.